Okay, so glad to welcome you all here. Today, our speaker is Dr. Majid Buledi. He has more than 24 years of teaching experience. He has a master's in English literature, and his PhD is in technology with here. So glad that he is joining us today because we're all very interested in learning how to use artificial intelligence in our classrooms. Dr. Buledi, we have people from Algeria, Ahlan. And he is going to talk to you all for about 45 to 50 minutes. Then there will be time for the questions. People who are here for at least 45 minutes will receive a certificate of attendance, and you will receive it, inshallah, by Monday. Now, if you don't see your certificate and you know that you were here for at least 45 minutes, then what you need to do is look at your spam folder, because I keep getting these messages from people and it turns out that their certificate did go to them, but I don't know why it went to the spam folder. So if you haven't received it by Monday, look in your spam folder. And then if it's not there, contact me if you know you were here at least 45 minutes. Okay, again, so glad that you have joined us. And now I'm going to turn this over to Dr. Majid Buledi. Okay.
Thank you very much. Should I start sharing the screen?
Yes, please.
Right. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I won't take much of your time. As she said, it'll take around 45 minutes and then 10 to 20 minutes for questions and answer sessions. Before I start, can you hear me? My sound is clear. And again.
Yes, it's very clear.
All right. Okay. So, about the presentation. Things to discuss. We're going to discuss a few things about what AI is and how technology models work. And then we'll talk about the process of developing, designing, and integrating ChatGPT and other similar apps in teaching, especially in the classroom. As we know, the number of smartphone users in the world is 6.92 billion. That gives us 86.34% of the population on a smartphone. So most people have the smartphones. If you see the Kuwait population, we have 4.35 billion people by January 2022. And out of 4.35 billion, 4.31 billion people use internet. They have smartphones. Now, we know by pedagogical digital competence. This competence that translates into three things: that's professional, pedagogic, and attitudinal ethical competence. Before I discuss these things, I want to show you some smart models for technology usage, and then how such models translate into different type of apps that we're using in classrooms, and how they benefit and impact learners' task engagement, specifically while they're doing the tests or activities in the classrooms. So how such tools impact different levels of their tasks, motivation, fatigue, and other things. Since we are mostly from 90s and digital immigrants, we were not born with smartphones in our hands. We, the digital immigrants, we need to learn a lot of things, digital natives. which are our students. This was the traditional conventional classroom. Still, in some places we have seen classrooms. And most of us were taught this way. And then we have the modern classrooms where everyone brings tabs, smartphones, we have projectors, and we have online learning, paperless universities and colleges, no pens, no paper. Things are changing rapidly, especially after AI, artificial intelligence. So we see yesterday, today, and tomorrow. And is it possible if notifications don't show up to me, they distract me, actually, they come on the screen, sorry, or anything. Okay. So yesterday, today, and tomorrow, as we see yesterday's literate person could write later a report or essays, and today's literate person writes an email, blog, PowerPoint presentation, or plays virtual reality games. But tomorrow's literate person is going to write the program, work in VR communities, and get degrees without physical universities. And now we see paperless universities, schools, and colleges where
Dr. Majid, Dr. Majid, your voice is breaking up. What one person wrote was, when you're on the main screen, they can hear you. It's very clear. But when you go to details, it's okay. This is what Asma wrote. When you turn to the main screen of your presentation, the voice is clear. But when you tackle details within the main screen, the voice breaks down.
The voice breaks down.
I think possibly you will simply not use the Prezi where we see it.
The voice is unintelligible. I can't understand. It's breaking.
Okay, mute your microphone so you can hear me. Okay,
Say again now.
you need to mute your microphone so you can hear me. Okay. Okay, people cannot understand what you're saying. It's breaking up. Okay. But what happens is when you're on the main screen of your presentation, the voice is clear. But then when you tackle details within the main screen, your voice breaks down. Okay. Possibly, I don't know if this will work. If you, one suggestion was to re-enter the room and turn off the video if the internet connection is on the lower part there. So stop your video, click stop video, and then then turn back on your microphone and see if that works. Okay.
Right. Can you hear me now? It's okay,
Yes.
clear?
Yes, very clear.
Okay, so yeah, it's better. Video is not necessary, right?
No.
Okay, excellent. This is better, yeah. Should I
Yes.
start?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, all right. I'm sorry. It was, I don't know, a glitch maybe. Well, so yesterday's and today and tomorrow, we have 3 generations of people. Like as I said, yesterday's literate person could write a letter, a report or essays, but today's literate person writes emails, blogs, PowerPoint presentations, and plays VR games. But tomorrow's literate person that you're teaching now is going to write a program, work in VR communities, get degrees without physical universities, thanks to COVID. Because of that, so many things gone paperless, online universities, colleges, schools have existed, and even the world classrooms are paperless, billions of potential savings, accessible data, accelerated learning, and stronger document management because of all online and paperless technology. And AI is new and it has changed everything. I'm coming to it very quickly. It won't take much of your time. Before I start to AI, a few things to support what I'm going to say is about technology models. You must be aware of TPAC model. I'm not going to discuss it, but you need technological knowledge, content knowledge, and pedagogical knowledge to be competent in using technology. And such models help you to understand the levels of technology integration in pedagogy, technology in teaching. We have this model that you have to understand before I start. Now, the SEMA model is the 4 levels which Dr. Petundira has suggested, that these are 4 levels of technology usage in classroom or outside. The first level is SEMA, that's a substitution, that's substituting technology with chalk and talk. An example of is this video.
I always study after school. Simple present verbs have 2 forms.
Now, if you see, it's the same teaching, but online with digital tools. Nothing changes except what you're teaching in classroom, you're using digital tools to teach. This is the first level of technology integration. And then we come to the second level, there's technology augmentation. Here, you augment technology to upper level to enhance learning. For example, use a lot of games like Kahoot or quizzes. So here you saw that instant feedback is helping learners to understand what's right and wrong. Graphics, designing, everything is enhancing learning. It's the second level of technology integration which teachers use. And then comes third level, that's modification. Here you transform teaching and learning with advanced tools. Just an example. Right. In second level of technology modification, you checked that students write on screen, they understand, instantly they get feedback, the marking is done. Here, teacher is modifying technology usage for teaching. For redefinition, advanced and last level of technology integration, where teachers integrate technology at the highest level, unimaginable without technology tools. The example is you don't need anything except a smartphone to do learning and teaching or anything that you need. Example is like so at this level, all students and teacher collaborate on a task, do the work online, collect the data, and then revise, edit. Everything is done online. No paper, no pen is needed. Completely unimaginable without smartphone or a computer device. So this is the highest level. Now you have to understand what level of technology integration you are at now and you're using. So after these models, I'm coming to AI and you, the teacher, the notorious apps. We'll discuss how AI or some of the apps help you understand what to do, what not to do. Now, artificial intelligence apps in pedagogy, as we know, is a theory. AI is a theory of development of computer systems, and they do the tasks that require human intelligence. Now, there are hundreds of apps already created, increasing every single day. They're changing rapidly, that we are bombarded with hundreds, thousands of apps, but we need to understand which ones to use and which ones benefit learners and teachers to minimize their time in the classroom and maximize learning and their engagement during the tasks. Now, you might be using such apps, Quizzes, Plickers, Kahoot, Edpuzzle, Notion AI, and others. You must be aware, I'm going to teach you, but we're going to work on how to do these things, what to do. Now, smart learners demand smart teachers. If you're not changing yourselves, so you're going to be back. You're not be their favorite teachers anymore. The most websites you use or the apps on their favorite devices, you'll be one of the favorite teachers. So technology impact learners the way you are using it. Once you know the technology and its usage, then it's going to impact their tasks and learnings, and you can get your objectives. But if you know there are technology tools, but you're not using them properly, it's not going to work. So the tools plus your learning and the application in the classrooms is going to help. So things you can do using AI tools, what you can do, anything and everything. Anything you imagine now is already there, been created, right? Like ask PDF, generate tests, books, lesson plans, schedules, trainings, simplify learning, learn from it. Anything you want is already there. You just need to know which app to use. So the ideas you have now are already been developed and then practice somewhere, but you don't know. So we'll work on some of the ideas and how, especially ChatGPT, it's been like famous now, people have been using. So some of you might be using it and others might need to use. So we'll focus on how it works and what prompts it needs to understand you and generate things for you, especially the learning materials for teaching. And then I'll take your questions and we'll learn about some other apps, shall we? For example, for writing skills, if you're using ChatGPT, you can do a lot of things. creative writing, prompts, sentences, paragraphs, essays, anything possible, whatever you want. Now, an example is this, for example, even if you're making mistakes, it understands you and makes it for you the way you want it. Now, as you saw, it made a prompt. You just gave a prompt and it created for your paragraph with a lot of mistakes to print out or even give to learners to correct them. This is going to help understand what level they are, what they can understand. Another example is here. The same thing I copied. Even if you don't say, you say make or correct the above paragraph, it does. You don't need to copy and paste in the box. But once you say correct the following paragraph or above paragraph, it corrects it for you. To give to students for feedback, or even you can try to ask learners to check this on ChatGPT and see what you have made, like what errors you have corrected and how should it be corrected. So this is going to help a lot. Another example is show. You can ask ChatGPT to answer these questions or make it intermediate or advanced level. It actually, the only thing you need is a prompt, what you want it to do for you. You make papers, question papers, tasks, worksheets, support or supplement their learning by different resources. The only thing is the right prompt. You just give it a good and correct prompt, create it for you. Now, I asked it to create a story about a family. They survived in earthquake. And give it a level of difficulty. For reading comprehension purposes, you can give such things to students to read and understand and ask it to create multiple choice questions, fill in the blank questions, true, false, not given question, any type of questions or short questions to answer. Or you can just create open-ended, close-ended questions, anything you want. So for writing, you can use ChatGPT. For reading, writing, Listening, I'll come to listening as well, how you can use it for listening purposes. Now, this is for example, how students can or should use ChatGPT to improve their graded reading. They can make it graded. Oops. So, yeah. You can make mistakes, errors. You don't have to write prompt correctly, like everything should be correct for the ChatGPT to understand you. No, not necessary. Just say anything and it understands. The same thing, but the vocabulary, sentence structures, complexity of sentences, stylistics, everything's changed. So you make it advanced level, literary, fiction, non-fiction, any genre, it works. For listening, for example, we see you can create and generate listening dialogues, passages, stories, or other level specification, or anything. Now, for example, this is a website that you need to give it a text for you to speak to you, and then you can download the audio and attach to a file sent to students to listen and answer the questions. For example, I asked ChatGPT to write 70 words talk on smartphones. Generated. You can give them level of difficulty. Take this text, put on the website to translate into your audio file. It changes to audio file. Choose the person to speak to, man, woman, child. The premium and free people to speak to, and she speaks. Convert reading text to speech, send to the students through WhatsApp or any channel, ask them to listen to it and answer the questions. The ChatGPT and other apps can generate questions for you. And those could be also in listening. So now it's speaking. Maybe you can't hear the sound, but it changes.
Smartphones have revolutionized the way we communicate and access information. They provide.
So you can generate anything.
Participants, please mute your microphones so that we can hear Dr. Majid.
Yes.
So the thing that you need is the right training to use such tools. There are hundreds of them. I'm not going to work on all of them, but they do the similar things. The only thing is left is your training to understand how such apps work for different type of tasks and teaching objectives and learning objectives. You have to understand what to do and where to do. This is the important thing now. Word meanings, question answers, fill in the blanks. it needs some time to understand and bring such things into practice. And it will make your life easier to do every single thing in minutes. You don't need to do a lot of reading and writing anymore. Things are already generated. Others you can generate, create yourself with your name on it. Here, for example, you're teaching vocabulary, difficult words, or testing it, generates a test for you. You just copy paste, put on another website, or even some websites generate such tests yourself. For example, if you're using quizzes or Kahoot, they have integrated AI into their testing system. It generates for you whatever you ask. Whatever you ask, it generates. Simple now. You're teaching vocabulary for home, for example, it generates for you. You don't need to worry about other things. So I'm coming to some important thing now. How does it know that this thing or students have copied or they've used ChatGPT and the apps that checks, like plagiarism checker? So many apps with checks. For example, see, so you can ask ChatGPT to check for plagiarism, or there are other plagiarism checker as well. Students write essays, for example, and you know it's from ChatGPT. This is the problem happening with teachers nowadays, that students write essays, and you know it's from ChatGPT. What you can do is ask them to write in classroom and then compare with ChatGPT, the essay that written on or through ChatGPT. They can compare and change the essay and learn this way. You can't stop them like giving them homework and we know where they bring from. So it tells us, and there are other checkers as well, which check the things students do. Now, translation, for example, you want translation, ChatGPT does it for you. See, so there are many languages that ChatGPT and other apps support. You can translate anything from any language to English. Okay, now coming to the other points. Now, for example, if you want to make a lesson plan for teaching anything, ask ChatGPT to make it for you. It creates in seconds. you see, it tells you complete, it generates a lesson plan for you in seconds. For anything you want, you have a topic to teach and you're worried about a lesson plan, just ask it. It creates for you in seconds. So it has made teachers' life easier. You don't have to be a lot of hectic and workaholic to do things. Now you're worried about your job, right? With teachers, the ChatGPT is going to take over. No, still. I asked ChatGPT this question. You're not just source of information, but you play important roles in life, facilitative learning. So I just asked it for fun. So you don't have to worry. You have to use technology to understand and teach and facilitate learning. Now, there are other apps like Chat PDF. You upload a document and take summary or any information from the document, like 200 pages, 500 pages, it finds information for you very quickly from the complete book. Or summarize this book. You want to read the summary, upload the PDF, and this chat with PDF or chat PDF, it's not Chat GPT. There are other similar apps which you can use to extract information from a book. Now, for example, this is my book on English roots. I wanted to ask, find information on AMB, it finds. So upload a document, summarize it, and this thing does it for you. It's called Chat PDF. So many apps which I'm going to share with you that you can use and make your life easier. Now, few examples. Now, it's not only teaching, but for citation, paraphrasing, illustrations, data, presentations, productivity, hundreds, thousands, every single day. We see such apps that we're not going to discuss, but the problem is how to use them and why to use them. So many other apps. Now, I want you to go through these apps and then forget about other apps. You won't need anything after these very out of 100,000 apps. These are very useful. Try them for anything you want. And then you can take a photo of it. And then your life will be simplified. For teaching, especially for the classrooms, you can use all of them. Right. So it's like around 40 minutes. Now we'll take your questions and answers. You can type them because at the same time you're like 238 people. It would be difficult to understand everyone. You can type your question and I can answer it, inshallah.
Okay, one question was, can they have the PowerPoint? And what we usually do is we ask our presenters to send me their PowerPoint, and I actually post it along with the recording. The recording will be under webinars on our Tesol Kuwait website, and it will also be in the Tesol Kuwait YouTube channel. Okay, so two places that you can get it.
Yes, this presentation is downloadable and changed to PDF. I'll send the PDF file of this presentation and you can upload it.
Thank
Hope I
you.
answered it. Welcome. Yeah, another question or worries or anything that you need to understand about, not only ChatGPT, but other things as well. on technology tools and teaching and these models and what level of technology you are at now. Substitution, augmentation, modification, or redefinition. Dr. Ruben Petindura's model for technology integration. And my research on technology integration in teaching and its impact on learners' task engagement, I've prepared a robust tool to measure level of technology integration and how such levels impact learners' task engagement. And task engagement is an umbrella term for fatigue, because sometimes students are tired, motivation, cognition, and sustained behavioral involvement during the tasks. And when you're using technology tools, the results are different than when you are teaching through chalk and talk the traditional way. The dramatic and drastic changes been seen while students do learning through such tools. So now we know that when you are teaching traditionally, they are not learning the way when you're using tools and the rapidness and the memory retention. Such tools help a lot. Yeah, questions, please. Let me check. I can't see.
Okay, one question is, do you think there are any disadvantages of using this technology?
Well, students become and teachers become dependent, not more learning as we did, but of course, everything has advantages and disadvantages, but the advantages outweigh disadvantages. Yes, of course, everything has good sides and bad sides, but it's up to you how you are using it and how you're benefiting from it. If you completely, totally dependent on such things, and they might harm you, of course, in your growth.
Okay, another question is, do AI tools provide the exact link of any plagiarized content?
Well, it's summarized content. I won't say plagiarized. It's summarized actually from different sources available online. The data banks available online or accessible. It just simplifies things for you. Now, for example, we used to have, still we have Google Chrome. It just shows you the websites and things. But this AI brings data from millions of books, articles, and journals, research papers, or other resources for you in seconds with bulleted points. The most important things you need to know. So I don't know if you call them plagiarized, but when you write references, well, it won't be called plagiarized. You must cite the authors, but here it doesn't say it, but it gives you ideas at least to write and understand. It depends what you are writing and what their demand is. Like if you're writing articles, you must check what they want you to do. So they are the guidelines, follow them, things become simple.
Okay, another question. Are there free applications we can use for Chat GPT?
I didn't get it. It's breaking. Repeat it, please.
Are there any free applications we can use for Chat GPT?
Other applications, you're saying, let me rephrase it. Are there other applications we can use instead of ChatGPT? Is it your question?
They just wrote it. I have no idea.
Okay.
But there are, Bing has its own, and people are asking, how do you sign up? Google it.
For ChatGPT, you just use Google to sign up. It's free. You just need to write your email and your phone number, unless it's banned in that country. But in Saudi Arabia, it's open now. There are hundreds of apps. You just write on Google, it finds for you. Even when you're writing on ChatGPT, suggest 10 best alternatives for ChatGPT, it would suggest. For listening, it would suggest like 10 apps for listening, for teaching listening skills. ChatGPT gives you the apps. Like you write 100 apps for teaching English, it writes the applications and things. Just ask ChatGPT what you're asking me now, that answers correctly and better. Ask anything from it, it solves your problems. Even you can ask questions like latest papers related to your research. Yes, it would suggest you, and different corpses that help you understand, like from Google Scholars. Even you like the Google Scholar, it would give you a lot of recent research papers on your topic. Yes, there are, but the question you asked me, are there maths AI apps? Yes, hundreds of them. Just ask ChatGPT, I need to know which maths AI apps are available. It would suggest you. Go through them, see what best suits you, and use that. Other question is, let me read the questions. Too many apps. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. If you don't cite, then it's called plagiarized content. You can write literature review using ChatGPT. Well, yes, no problem. But it's better to go to the articles, authentic data, and then write your literature review. But you can rephrase it using ChatGPT. Give it a paragraph or two. Ask ChatGPT to rephrase it academically, make it more academic. Your English or the language that you've used, ChatGPT does it better. So you can do it. It won't be plagiarized because the information is yours. It just rephrases for you to look more academic and general related language. Another question. The name of the app I've used to create this presentation is Prezi. Thank you, Asma. Thank you very much. There are many others, not only this. How to get latest papers. For some students who plagiarize, writing is, where is it? Some students do plagiarize when writing essays, so it's called plagiarized content. Yes, it is. Unless they cite, they should cite where they found it, or who has said it or written that did. Okay. Other question. Yeah. Yeah. What other questions, please? Can't see.
Okay, one question is from a PhD student. How to get the latest papers related to my research?
This is the first question. This should be asked from ChatGPT and it answers. But Google Scholar is the website which I've been using and found it very useful. It gives you the latest papers, like you need to mention the year. For example, I just write the topic, for example, how teachers use of technology tools motivate learners, changes learners' moods, for example, any topic, and then you mention the year of publication and hundreds of recently published papers and the books show up on the Google Scholar. Just write Google Scholar. It will take you to another page which is for scholars only, and you find papers, articles, journals, everything there. Yes. Another question? ChatGPT plugins, I don't know if it's available, but yes, it's on Yahoo. No, what is it? Microsoft Edge. ChatGPT plugin is available on Microsoft Edge browser. Yes, you can use it. Yeah, Rabbit Research is also great AI. Yes, hundreds and thousands of apps. The thing is how you're using them and how you benefit from them. Yes, another question, please. Okay. What's the message? Read. Three new. What editing, proofreading? For editing and proofreading, the question is, we read. Is it legal to use in research paper? Yes, because it's editing and proofreading. The content is yours. And these are the tools to beautify, simplify, and make your content readable. So why not? It's legal, yes. It's
But
not considered.
However, let's emphasize the content has to be yours, because if
Exactly, the
AI
content has to be
writes
yours.
the article, that is not legal and it is not ethical. However, to proofread, fine, and edit, fine.
Turnitin app is very good. It tells you what level of percentage of plagiarized content is there. Yeah, it's paid version. You can use Turnitin to show you the content and tell you about any topic that where it's been taken. So it's some publishers accept 24% of plagiarized content. It depends where you are sending papers to. But after, okay, automatic task, what and how for teachers? I didn't get the question.
Unfortunately, that question you covered and you showed how to do the different tasks. So hopefully that person with that question will review the video when it's posted.
Okay. Do we have other questions to take?
بصينا ليه لهتوم بس
Well, you need to use plugins, and I don't know what really what you're asking. Automate ChatGPT. What you want to do? The question is how what we automate for teachers. It's ambiguous. I didn't get it. ChatGPT is not for the connected to Google, but the Google has its own ChatGPT like app called Bard. Google Bard. It does the same thing for you and sometimes better. Try it. It says Bard, B-A-R-D, the same thing. But if you're using Microsoft Edge, it has plugin, and on the right side of the page, it suggests everything you're writing through ChatGPT. Yeah.
Also, Bing has its own AI.
Exactly, yes. Bing has it as well. It's on, yes. Every app is now integrated AI. Mostly, even this Prezi has started. all gamified or learning platforms have AI. So it's rapidly coming into everyone's life. Bing is helpful. Yeah, thank you very much again.
Okay,
Anything is legal and ethical when you are creating your own. You know yourself what you're doing. So anything, the content is yours, it's legal. But the language, ChatGPT does it for you. It's just a tool to help you convey your message to the world. Yeah.
okay, we're not actually getting any new questions. So I want to thank Dr. Majid for this informative talk today. And hopefully by tomorrow, the video will be up on our video. We have all the videos of the webinar. And so if you will go to tesolkuwait.net and then click on the little thing that says webinars, then you'll be able to see, it will have the link to the video. And once that Dr. Majid has sent me the PDF of his presentation today, I'll also have the link for that. And a second place that you can find this video is go to YouTube and click on the Tesol Kuwait YouTube channel, and you will find it. I want to thank everyone who has come today. Remember, if you were present for at least 45 minutes, you will receive a certificate. And wait until Monday. If you have not received yours by Monday, check your spam folder, okay? Because sometimes it gets sent there. I don't know what happened with the November one, but there were a lot that ended up in the spam folders. Okay. Again, thank you. We will be back on the 6th of January. Again, thank you and have a good day.
Excuse me.
Oh, sorry. May I ask a question?
A very quick question.
I'm so sorry, but when I was in the meeting, suddenly I disconnected, so I'm not sure about the time duration. Am I going to receive the certification for website for this webinar or not?
If you were present for 45 minutes, you will.
I'm
Okay.
sure about 40 minutes, but about 45, I'm not.
Excuse me, please. This should be addressed separately. And Zoom will give us the time that people were present. Yes.
Excuse me.
Yes.
I've just good morning from Muscat, or good afternoon from Muscat. I've just sent my question many times and raised my hand. Just a quick question. I know that ChatGPT is not linked directly to Google applications and online applications. So would it be possible for finding a way to figure out which AI tool was used? And of course, for citation things, I'll just give a note here. Citation is not trusted if it's taken from ChatGPT. So students should include ChatGPT as a tool used. Plus, they need to take the suggestions taken from ChatGPT and Google it online to figure out whether the information is there or not. So is there a tool to figure out which AI tool is used so far? Because if we are using Tanaten, of course, it shows that AI tool was used, but it cannot figure out which one of these was used. Is there any way to figure out that?
At this point, there isn't.
Okay.
Yeah, there isn't for now. Excellent. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, because we had answered that question. Maybe you hadn't been able to hear it. But again, thank you. We welcome you back on January the 6th. Have a very good day.